Hello everyone, Scooty number 7 here, bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. In today's game, we have the 2-4 Seattle Mariners taking on the 4-1 Baltimore Orioles. And here is the starting lineup for the Seattle Mariners. Leading off, the center fielder Ichiro Suzuki. Batting second, the second baseman, Jose Lopez. Batting third, the left fielder, Paul Raul Eisbens. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the third baseman, Adrian Beltre. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Brad Wilkinson. Batting sixth, the first baseman, Richie Sexton. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, Jose Virdo. Batting eighth, the catcher, Kenji Johojima. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Yuniesky Betancourt. On the mound for the Orioles, it is Daniel Cabrera. ERA of 2.57, 1 win, no losses, pitched 7 innings, allowed 7 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 2 walks. We're here at Camden Yards, which gives a -2 to strikes, but a +2 to walks. Baltimore comes into this game. This is game 4 of a 4-game series. They've won 3. They're looking to see if they've won 2. They're looking to win the 3rd game of the series. Mariners looking to tie the series up to see if they can split this series. Here's the pitch to Suzuki. Comes in batting a .280. Two-one is a strike. That's a 3. That's a 3. Struck him out. Next up is Jose Lopez. Lopez batting a .174. Here's the pitch. 6-2. That's going to be a walk. That's a 7. The 19 is too high. 2-1, and then it's a single past Scott. And Jose Lopez gets on with a base hit. All right, we have a pickoff attempt here for Cabrera. Cabrera will balk on a 1-2. That's an 8. Nothing. 1-5 blank. 1-2 double star 5. Fly ball out there to Jones. Out number 2. Beltre up now. He's batting a 227. Strategy roll 8. Here's the pitch. 6-2. That's going to be a walk. That's an 11. The 15 is too high. 5-3. Ground ball to second. And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the first. And here is the starting lineup for the Baltimore Orioles. Leading off, the second baseman, Brian Roberts. Batting second, the third baseman, Melvin Mora. Batting third, the right fielder, Nick Markakis. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the first baseman, Kevin Miller. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Bray Huff. Batting sixth, the left fielder, Luke Scott. Batting seventh, the catcher, Raymond Hernandez. Batting eighth, the center fielder, Adam Jones. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Luis Hernandez. On the mound for the Mariners, it is Carlos Silva. Comes into the game with a 26.76 ERA. 1 loss, that pitched 3 2/3 innings. Allowed 11 hits, 1 strikeout, and 4 walks. All right, here's the pitch to Brian Roberts. He's batting a .318. 1-5, that's going to be a range play. 2-6, fly ball out there to Suzuki. Suzuki's range is on a 1-4. That's a 6, and that's going to be on for a base hit for Roberts. So Roberts on with a base hit. Strategy rolls a 13. Infield going to double play depth. Here's Melvin Mora. Mora batting a 227. The pitch. Strategy roll 13. Orioles holding off 3-1. That's a blank. 6-6. Ground ball to Beltre. And that is going to be an out at first as Roberts will go to second. There's a roll of a 6. Play only happens at first. And he is out. Next up, it's Nick Markakis. Markakis batting a 273. Strategy rolls an 11. Here's the pitch. 5-4. That's a hit by pitch. That's a 0. Silva's a -4. So nothing happens there with a hit by pitch. 4-3. Fly ball out to the Eisbans. And that's out number 2. And that's going to bring up Kevin Miller. Miller batting an 084. Strategy rolls a 15. Here's the pitch. 5-5 blank. 4-2, and that's going to be a single past left field. With that, and we have a 6, so the lead runner will advance on that. Roberts will score. And the trailing runner, Kevin Miller, is caught in a rundown as he's going towards second. That is a 2-5. If roll equals higher, the runner is out, no other advances. If roll is equal to or less than the base runner is out, and the other runner is advanced. Miller will run to second as they toss the ball to second to Lopez. Lopez chasing him down, tosses it back. Lopez tosses it back to Sexton. Sexton now chases him back to first and tosses it to Lopez. As Miller tries to dive for the plate, he is tagged out at second. And that retires the side on a rundown. And that is 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors after 1. Baltimore 1, Seattle nothing. We go to the top of the second. It's Brad Wilkinson, Richie Sexton, and Jose Viodo due up for the Mariners. Here's the pitch to Wilkinson. Wilkinson batting a 143. And that's going to be 2-3. That's a question mark. Single on a 1-13. That's a 12. And that's a base hit for Brad Wilkinson. So Wilkinson on with a base hit. That's going to bring the in. That's going to bring the infield to double play depth as Richie Sexton comes up. He's batting a 227. Here's the pitch. Strategy rolls a 7. The Mariners holding off. 1-2 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Camden Yards. 4-6. That's a double start too. Ground ball to the shortstop. And that's a double play. Yep, it is. Double play on that one. They get Wilkinson out at second. They throw Richie out at first. It is a double play, clearing the bases. And next up is Jose Viodo. Viodo batting a 480. Here's the pitch. 5-5 home run chance on a 1-15. The 17 is too high. 3-6, and that's a base hit past Scott. as he smacks one out there in the left field. That's going to bring up Kenji, the catcher. And Kenji is up. He's batting a .263. Here's the pitch. 5-5 home run chance on a 1 to an 11. That's a 10. We need a 1. The 10 is too high. 6-2. Fly ball out there to Jones. And that retires the side. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. And 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the second. It's a Brady Huff. Luke Scott and Ramon Hernandez due up for the Orioles. Here's the pitch to Huff. Huff is batting a .435. 6-4, wild pitch. We're going to re-roll the dice. 6-2, question mark. Single at a 1 to 17. That's a 17. That's a base hit for Huff. And that is going to bring up Luke Scott, batting a .429. Here's the pitch. 1-1, strikeout 10. The 13 is too high. Strategy rolls a 16. They're going to hold off. 3-5, double star 6. Fly ball out there to Eisman's. Out number 1. Infield still at double play depth. Here's Raymond Hernandez. Hernandez is batting a .313 on the season. The pitch. And that's going to be for 3 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Camden Yards. 3-2, and that's a pop-up to the catcher. So Kenji takes off his mask, looks for it, sees it, puts his glove up, and it goes plop, and out goes Raymond. Next up, Adam Jones, the center fielder. He's batting a .113. Here's the pitch. 3-2, and that's going to be a possible error. Infield at normal depth, by the way. 1-2, ground ball to first. Sexton's error rating is at a 1 to 2. That's a 19. No error there. And that retires. And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. After 2, it's Baltimore 1, Seattle nothing. We go to the top of the third. It's Betancourt, Suzuki, and Lopez due up for Seattle. Here's the pitch to Betancourt. Betancourt is batting a .412 in the replay. 6-2, that's going to be a walk. That's a 7. That's a 7, and it's a base on balls. All right, Betancourt gets the steal sign on that. We have a 1. So how we calculate steal, it's going to be the pitcher's steal base rating, SB rating. And let's see, Betancourt is a right, so that's going to be a +2. That's going to be a +3. So that's going to be a +13. And that is a 9, and Betancourt successfully steals second. So with that, Betancourt is on, and that's going to bring up Ichiro Suzuki. Let's take a look at Suzuki's stats so far through the 6 games that he's played in this replay so far. He's played 7 games. He has 26 at-bats, 5 runs scored, 6 RBIs, hit 1 home run, has 1 stolen base. So far, his average right now is a 2.69. A little bit below average of what he did in the actual season. So, we'll 4-2, and that's going to be a walk plus. That's an 18. Now, in a walk plus, we add 10 to that, plus the ballpark rating of a +2 for the walk. So we're adding 12. That's an 18. That's a 7. And they walk Suzuki. Here comes Jose Lopez. Lopez is 1-for-1 on the day. Strategy roll 17, infield at normal depth. Here's the pitch. Mariners holding off. Mariners down by a run right now. 1-3. Strikeout 6. That's a 4. That's a 1. Struck him out. So 1 out, and that's going to bring up Raul Asbins. Asbins is 0-for-1 on the day. Here's the pitch. 3-2 range play. 2-1 double star. 4 fly ball. That's a fly ball out there to Scott. Now Scott's range, it's an F7. So we go to 4. That's the F7 there. That's in yellow. Scott's range is at a 1-3. That's a 4. That's a base hit for Raul. Now, with the bases loaded, let's see. Do we have any? Does anyone come home to score? Betancourt with a 1 on either one of these. The lead runner will advance, so Betancourt will come home to tie the game up. So Betancourt scores. He ties the game up. Now we got to look at Suzuki. Suzuki's base run is a 2. That's a 4. And the roll is not less. We look at the second die. The roll is high. The trailing runner holds. So Suzuki will hold at second as the Mariners tie the game up at 1. All right, here's Adrian Beltre. Beltre batting a 217. Here's the pitch. Strategy roll is a 10. 6-1, that's a blank. 2-2, and that's a ground ball to Roberts. And Suzuki will advance to third on that, and that's going to be a double play. So 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the third. It's Luis Hernandez, Brian Roberts, and Melvin Mora due up for the Orioles. Luis Hernandez batting a 200. Here's the pitch. 1-1. That's a strike. That's a 6. That's a 1. Struck him out. Struck him out, and we flip over to the top of the order. Here's Brian Roberts, who's 1-for-1 on the day with a run scored. Here's the pitch. 3-2, actually, sorry, that is a possible error. 6-3, and that is a single out there to Suzuki. Suzuki's error rating is a 1. That's an 8, no error there. And Brian Roberts is on with a base hit. Next up, it's Melvin Mora. Mora is 0-for-1 on the day. Edenfield at double play depth. Here's the pitch. 2-5, that's a blank. 2-5, that is a double to left field. And Roberts will get the hold sign to hold at third. They don't want to challenge the arm. And next up, that's going to be Nick Markakis. Runners on second and third. Run 1 out. Markakis is 0-for-1. Here's the pitch. 5-1 strike. That's an 8. That's a 5. Struck him out. And that's going to bring up Kevin Miller. Miller is 1-for-1 with an RBI. Strategy roll 10, 2 outs, runners on second and third. Here's the pitch. 4-2 home run chance on a 1-18. That's a 3. Miller needs an 11 or less. The 17 is too high. 6-5 ground ball to Lopez. And that retires the side. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on. After 3, we're even at 1. We go to the top of the 4th. It's Brad Wilkinson, Richie Sexton, and Jose Virdo due up for the Mariners. Here's the pitch to Brad Wilkinson. Wilkinson is 1 for 1 on the day. 6-1 blank. 1-4 pop up to Roberts. Out number 1. Richie Sexton up. Sexton is 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. 6-6 home run. That's a 1. That's a 10. And Richie Sexton watches that ball go. It looks like it could be, and that ball is gone. Solo home run for Richie Sexton out there by the warehouse. And that puts the Mariners on top, 2-1. And that ball is gone. 2-1 Mariners, and that's going to bring up Jose Virdo. Virdo is 1 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch. 5-5 home run chance on a 1-15. The 20 is 5 too high. 2-6 double star 3 ground ball to Mora. Mora gets it, throws it across the horn to Millard for out number 2. Kenji up, the catcher. Here's the pitch. He's 0 for 1 on the day. 2-6, possible error on a throw. 2-4, double star 2, and that's going to be over to Hernandez. Hernandez's error rating is on a 1-6. That's a 2. That's an error on that as he tries to throw it over to Miller. He picks it up, and it's a throwing error. Throws it past Miller, and that's a 1-base error. So Kenji is on safe at first due to an error by Hernandez. That is an E6. And that's going to bring up Betancourt. Betancourt has walked his last time up. Does have a run scored. Runner on first. Here's the pitch. 5-3. That's going to be a walk. 7. The 12 is too high. 5-1 pop up to Hernandez. And that retires the side. 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 error, and 1 left on for the Mariners. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's a Brady Huff, Scott Luke, and Raymond Hernandez due up for the Orioles. Here's the pitch to Huff. Huff is 1 for 1 on the day. 1-2, possible error on a ground ball. And that is going to be 3-4. Pop up to Beltre. And that is out number 1. Luke Scott 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. 6-5. Possible error on a throw. 4-5. Ground ball to second. Errors. Lopez's error rating is at a 1-4. That's a 15. No error there. As Lopez gets it, throws it over to Sexton, out number 2. Raymond Hernandez up. He's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. 2-2 range play at Camden Yards. So we're going to check Camden Yards' card here. 6-5, and that is a ground ball to Sexton. Sexton's range is a 1. That's a 1, and he makes the play. So it is a 3-up, 3-down inning for Carlos Silva as he retires the Orioles in order, 3-up, 3-down. Easy inning to score, no runs, no hits, no errors. After 4, it's Seattle 2, Baltimore 1. We go to the top of the 5th. It's going to be Ichiro Suzuki, Jose Lopez, and Raul Osmond due up for the Mariners. Suzuki is 0 for 1 on the day with a walk and a run and a strikeout. Here's the pitch. 4-4, strikeout 3. The 14 is too high. 5-3, double star 2, ground ball to Hernandez. Out number 1. Jose Lopez. Lopez is 1 for 2 on the day with the strikeout. Here's the pitch. 5-1, possible error. 5-2, line drive to Hernandez. No error there. Royal is up. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. 2-2, strike 7, 18, too high. 5-6, that's a double out there past Markakis out there in the right field. And Raul smacks one as that ball goes back to the wall. Markakis has to go back there to catch it, chase after it. And with that, Raul picks up an extra base, makes it a double. Next up, it's going to be Adrian Beltre. Beltre is 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. 4-3 range play at Camden Yards. 2-1 single out there to Scott, so it's an S+7. But we do check his range. His range is a 3. That's a 1. He makes the play. Chases after it, follows it, and it goes plop right into the glove. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on for the Mariners. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's Adam Jones, Luis Hernandez, and Brian Roberts due up for the Orioles. Here's the pitch to Adam Jones. Jones is 0 for 1. 5-4, that's a hit by pitch. That's a 6. The 11 is too high. 6-6, double star 1. Ground ball out there to Lopez. Out number 1. Luis Hernandez up. Hernandez is 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the game. Here's the pitch. He's 0 for 1 today. 6-1, strikeout 6. The 20 is too high. 5-2, double star 2. Fly ball out there to Suzuki. And that is out number 2. We go to the top of the order. Brian Roberts, 2 for 2 on the day with a run scored. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 5-2. That's a walk. 14, that's a 6. And they walk him. All right, so Roberts gets the steal sign. Roberts' stolen base rating is a 16. It's going to be a -1. Nothing for Carlos Silva on his. So it's going to be a 15 or less. That's a 12. And he steals second. Now, if it's a 1-2, the runner is safe, but we check for the catcher's error. Anything higher, it would have been an out. Marvin Mora up. Here's the pitch to Mora. Mora is 1 for 2. And that's going to be 3-2, possible error. 4-6, and that's a fly ball out to Osmonds. Error rating is a 4, that's a 10, no error there. And that retires the side. No runs, no hits, and no errors. And 1 left on. After 5, it's Seattle 2, Baltimore 1. We go to the top of the 6th. It's Brad Wilkinson, Richie Sexton, and Jose Verdo due up for the Mariners. Here's Brad Wilkinson. Wilkinson is 1 for 2 on the day. 2-4. That's going to start off with a walk. That's a 13. That's a 9. And Wilkinson leads off with a walk. Wilkinson gets the steal sign on that. They are going to allow him to steal. That's going to be a +1. That's going to be a +2. It's going to be a 10 or less. No, it's a 12, and he gets caught stealing. Here's Richie Sexton. Sexton is 1 for 2 with the home run. 5-4, strike. That's a 15. That's a 7. Struck him out. All right, Jose Verdo up. He's 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. 2-5, wild pitch. No one is on. I'm going to re-roll. 6-5, that's going to be a walk plus 18. That's a 4. And Jose Elite gets on with a walk. All right, next up, it's the pitcher. It's the catcher, Kenji. Kenji is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. Strategy roll 7. Mariners holding on. 3-1. Blank. 4-1. Double star. Fly ball out there to Scott. And that retires the side. It is no runs, no hits, no errors. And 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's Nick Markakis, Kevin Millard, and Abrahi Huff due up for the Orioles. Here's the pitch to Nick. Nick is 0 for 2. 3-3, strike. That's an 8. That's a 4. Struck him out. And next up, it's Kevin Miller. Miller is 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. 1 out. 5-3, strike. That's an 8. That's an 8. Struck him out. Next up, it's Abrahi Huff. Huff is 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 5-2. That's a walk. 10-18 too high. 3-6. Fly ball out there to Suzuki. And that is out number 3. It's a 3-up, 3-down inning as the Mariners retire the Orioles in order. 1, 2, 3. Have a seat. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 6, Seattle 2, Baltimore 1. We go to the top of the 7th. It's in S.K. Betancourt, Ichiro Suzuki, and Jose Lopez due up for the Mariners. Betancourt, he's 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Here's the pitch. 4-5 blank. 3-4, and that's going to be a base hit to Jones. And that's a single out there to Jones. We go to the top of the order. As we go to the top of the order, here's Ichiro Suzuki. Suzuki, sorry, not that. Daniel Cabrera is tired. Orioles have the bullpen warming up. Infield at double play depth. Here's the pitch. 3-3. That's going to be a walk for Suzuki. That's an 8. That's a 4. And that's a walk. The reason that is a walk, before we play out the play here, it is in brackets. So anything in those brackets is when the pitcher is considered tired, it does take over. The only one that it doesn't is the double question mark. Right, that still goes off as normal. But that is a walk due to the pitcher being tired, and that is a walk for Ichiro. And with that, we'll go into the bullpen for the Orioles. So let's take a look here. We have a right, left, right coming up. So they are going to bring in on the 6th. We're going to bring in Fernando Cabrera. Fernando Cabrera, first time we're seeing him in this replay. 2 wins, 1 loss, has a 5.40 ERA. 28 and 1/3 innings pitched, allowed 32 hits, 31 strikeouts, and 15 walks. He does have a special K rating. We do have a sacrifice play coming up. So the infield going to come in for this play. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 2-6. That's going to be a walk plus. That's a 17. That's a 4. And he loads the bases. All right, before we get to Raul's pitch, let's take a look at the stats here for Daniel Cabrera. He went 6 innings, allowed 7 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 home run, an ERA of 2.77 is what he leaves the game with. All right, Raul Asbin comes up with the bases loaded, no outs. Here's the pitch. He's 2 for 3 on the day. 4-1. That's a walk. That's a 20. That's a 17, and that's a walk. And that's going to bring in a run, so that gives the Mariners now a 2-run game as Adrian Beltre comes up. Beltre is 0 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch. 1-6 at the ballpark. 7-2 high of the special K. 3-6. That is a single past Jones. And that's a base hit. Jones catches that in short center field. And the runners will hold Lopez with a base run of a 2. And let's see, he was on second, goes to third. Second to home is a +2. That's a 2. The roll of a 3, not lower. So Jose will get the hold sign. And once again, the bases are loaded. And that's going to bring up Brad Wilkinson. No outs yet. Wilkinson 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. 1-1. Question mark. Single on a 1-19. That's a 14, and that's a base hit. And that's going to score Husbands as well. 2-run score on that. And it's now 6-1 Mariners. Orioles going back to making that call to the bullpen. Bullpen is warming up. Here's the pitch to Richie Sexton. Sexton is 1 for 3 with a home run. 4-4. That's a blank. That is a blank. 15 outside of the range of the special K. 5-6. Fly ball to Scott. Out number 1. That's the first out of the inning, and here's Jose Verdo. Infield at double play depth for this play. Here's Verdo. Verdo is 1 for 2 on the day. 5-1, strike 4, 10 too high. 18 too high for the special K. 4-3, fly ball to Scott. And that's out number 2. And that is going to bring up Fernando Cabrera. That's going to bring up Kenji. Kenji is 0 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch. 3-3 home run. That's a 1. The 5 is too high. 12 outside of the range of the special K. 4-5. And that is going to be a single. That's going to score Beltre, as he will score on a 2-6. Wilkinson will advance to third on a 3-6. He has a 4. And the runners are now on the corners as the Mariners have a 7-1 lead here in the 7th. All right, here's the pitch to Betancourt. Betancourt 1 for 2 on the day. 1-4 home run. That's a 5-7 too high. The 11 outside of the range of the special K. 6-1. That's a single. And that is now 8-1 Mariners. Kenji gets the hold sign. We go to the top of the order. And that's going to do it for Betancourt. They're going to bring in Randor. Actually, they're going to bring in Dennis Straight to come in. Does have 1 win and 1 1/3 innings pitched, allowed 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Take a look at the stats here for Fernando Cabrera. Cabrera went 2/3 of an inning, allowed 4 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, an ERA of 51.43. All right, here's the pitch. However, he is responsible for Kenji and Betancourt on base. 2-3, question mark, double star and a 1-3. That's a 6. 4-2, ground ball back to Starfake. And sing, take me out to the ball game. So at the end of the top half of the inning, it is 6 runs, 5 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It is Luke Scott, Raymond Hernandez, and Adam Jones due up for the Orioles. Taking a look at the box score. Baltimore scored in the first. They led off in this game. Seattle came back to tie it up in the third. They took the lead in the fourth, and then they just exploded right now in the seventh. They have a 7-run lead over Baltimore. Seattle, 8 runs on 11 hits. Baltimore, 1 run on 5 hits, 1 error committed in this game. And Carlos Silva can face 2 more batters. This is probably going to be his last inning to pitch. Orioles having to go double dipping in that last in the top half to the bullpen. Here's the pitch to Luke Scott. Luke Scott is 0 for 2 on the day. 3-5. Home run. That's a 13. That's an 8. And that ball is gone. Solo home run for Luke Scott. Opposite side of the field, home run for Luke Scott. And the Orioles cut the lead down to 6. And that is going to bring up Raymond Hernandez. Hernandez is 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. 4-4. That's going to be a walk. That's a 12. That's a 12. And they walk Raymond. All right. Carlos Silva is tired. Infield going double play depth. Here's the pitch to Adam Jones. Jones is 0 for 2. No outs. Runner on first. They're going to keep Silva in. 3-6. That's a blank. 6-2. Fly ball out to the Husbands. Out number 1. Infield still at double play depth as Luis Hernandez comes up. Hernandez is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Here's the pitch. 3-3 strike. 6. The 9 too high. 4-5 ground ball to Lopez. And that's a double play. Double play to retire the side. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. After 7, it's Seattle 6, Baltimore 2. We go to the top of the 8th. It's Jose Lopez, Raul Ibans, and Adrian Beltre due up for the Mariners. And they are going to leave. They're going to leave Dennis in. All right, here's the pitch to Jose Lopez. Lopez is 1 for 3 on the day. 1-4, a wild pitch. We're going to re-roll the dice. 6-1, walk plus. That's a 17. That's a 6, and they walk them. All right. Next up, it's Asbins. He's 2 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch. With a double, a walk, a run scored, and 2 RBIs, 6-4, strikeout plus. We had 8. That's a 17. That's a 12. Struck him out. Adrian Beltre up. Beltre is 1 for 4. Here's the pitch. 3-3 walk plus. That's a 21. That's a 6, and that's a walk. All right, Brad Wilkinson up. Wilkinson is 2 for 3 with a walk, a run, 2 RBIs. Here's the pitch. 5-6 at the ballpark. 2-5, and that is a single to Hernandez. And that loads the bases as Richie Sexton comes up. Sexton already hit a home run. Bases are loaded. He's so far 26 at-bats, 4 runs, 4 RBIs, 3 home runs, no stolen bases. and he's above his average of his actual play. Here's the pitch to Sexton. Sexton is 1 for 4. 1-5, that's a walk. That's a 21. That's a 5, and that is a walk. And that is going to do it for Dennis. They make that call to the bullpen. They're going to pull Dennis. Dennis does get pulled. So we have a switch right, and they're going to go with Chad Benefort to come in. Chad Benefort is pitched 3 innings, no hits, no strikeouts, 1 walk, no wins, no losses, no saves, no ERA. Here's taking a look here at the stats for Dennis. Dennis went 2/3 of an inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 run, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 1 strikeout, a 4.50 ERA. Here's the pitch to Chad, from Chad. 6-6, that's a blank. 5-4, double star 6, ground ball to Hernandez. Are they going to try to score? By the way, strategy is turned off. That's a 4. They're not going to go for the double play. So that is going to score Beltre. Wilkinson will advance to 3rd. Sexton will go to 2nd. The out is at 1st. And the Mariners now have a 10-2 lead. It's an 8-run game as Kenji Jojima comes up. He's 1 for 4. Infield at normal depth. Here's the pitch. 2-4. Possible error on a throw. 5-1. Double star 3. Ground ball out there to Mora. Mora's error rating is a 1-7. That's a 2. That's a throwing error to over to first. And that is a 1-base error as that ball gets by Millard. 1 run will score. Wilkinson will score on the error. Sexton will go to 3rd. Kenji will go to 1st. And that's going to bring up Betancourt. That's the 2nd error of the game on the Orioles. Here's the pitch to Betancourt. 1-2, that is a blank. 4-5, that's a single to Roberts. And that's going to score Sexton. Kenji will go to 2nd as the stop sign comes up. Betancourt at 1st. We go to the top of the order. Here's Ichiro Suzuki. The Mariners rallying back in this game. Here's the pitch to Suzuki. He's 0 for 3. 4-3. That's a blank. 4-4. That's a single. That's a base hit to Roberts. Kenji will come around to score. He scores goes from 2nd to home on a 2-6. That's a 2. He will score there. Betancourt will go to 3rd on that. And it's now 13-2. Jose Lopez up. Here's the pitch to Lopez. 2-5 blank. 3-6, and that's going to be a ground ball to Hernandez, and that retires the side. Nope, we are So 5 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's Brian Roberts, Melvin Mora, and Nick Markakis due up for the Orioles. As the Mariners will go to their bullpen, they're going to pull Silva. And let's see, we have a switch right, left coming up. They're going to bring in Sean Green. Sean Green pitched 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, no strikeout. Pitched 1 inning, no hits, no strikeouts, no walks. Taking a look here at the stats for Carlos Silva. Silva went 7 innings, allowed 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, 1 home run, ERA of a 10.94 as he makes his exit. All right, he's going to face Roberts, Mora, and Markakis. And they are going to make some changes right now to the lineup. Sexton will come out at first. And they're going to bring in Miguel Caro to take over at first. And Benacourt at shortstop comes out. Nope, they're going to leave Benacourt in. Benacourt will stay in. That's the only change right now that they've made to the lineup. Here's Brian Roberts. The pitch. 2-2. Home run, that's a 4. The 17 is too high. 4-6 line drive to Lopez. And that's out number 1. Melvin Mora. Mora is 1 for 3 with a double. Here's the pitch. 4-1, strike 6. That's a 20. The 20 is too high. 4-5, ground ball back to Green. Green gets that, throws it over to Caro for out number 2. Nick Markakis up. Markakis is 0 for 3 on the day. They are not going to let Markakis take a hit. They're going to bring in Alex Citron to pinch hit. Here's the pitch to Alex. First time we're seeing it. No, we've seen him. He's played in 2 games. Had 1 at bat. Six hit by pitch. That's an 8. The 15 is too high. 6-2, and that's going to be a fly ball after the husbands. And that is out number 3. That retires the side. And we need a break. And they're going to bring in Jay Payton to take over at right field for that. So Payton will come into play. It's no runs, no hits, no errors as the Mariners retire the Orioles in order. After 8, Seattle 13, Baltimore 2. We go to the top of the 9th. The Orioles are down by 11. Will Seattle hold on to the win? Or can Baltimore rally back for the win here at Camden Yards? Let's take a look at the box score real quick of this game. Seattle rallied 5 runs in the 8th inning for that. So it's 13 runs on 14 hits, no errors. Baltimore, 2 runs on 6 hits with 2 errors. And that is going to do it for Chad Benaford. as they are going to bring in Jamie Walker. Jamie Walker comes into the game with an ERA of a 6.67. He's pitched 2 2/3 innings, allowed 3 hits, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. He's going to have to face Raul, Adrian, and Brad. Here's the pitch. No other changes to the Orioles fielding. 1-3 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Camden Yards. 2-4, blank. That's a rare play. Pitcher grabs shoulder after the pitch. Check for injury. Pitcher Jamie Walker is injured and is out for the rest of this game. And immediately, they're going to go with... They're going to have to bring in George Shaw. George Shaw will come in immediately for that, for the injured pitcher. Didn't even get to pitch. Only had 1 pitch and he got injured. Jamie Walker leaves the game with an ERA of a 6.67. Didn't do anything there. Chad Bennerford went 2/3 of an inning, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, no earned runs, and no ERA yet. He remains perfect on his ERA. George Shaw comes in, ERA of a 3.83, has 2 saves, pitched 4 2/3 innings, allowed 2 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 3 walks. All right. We're going to redo the pitch here for Paul. And that's going to be 5-6. That's a blank. 5-1, ground ball to first. And that's out number 1. Here's Adrian Beltre. Beltre is 1 for 4 on the day. And that's going to be 5-3. That's a range play. 4-4, ground ball to Hernandez. Hernandez's range is in a 1-3. That's a 5. And I got past him. And with that, Beltre is on with a base hit. Infield coming into double play depth. Here's the pitch to Brad Wilkinson. Wilkinson. That is going to be a 4-5. That's a range play. 3-5. And that's a single to Peyton. Peyton's range is in a 1-4. That's a 1. He makes the play. And Beltre gets the hold sign at first. They hold Beltre at first. Here's Miguel Cairo. Cairo is 0 for 0. First time we're seeing him in the game today. He did play in 3 games. No at-bats. This is the first time at-bat. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 4-2. That's going to be a blank. 3-1. Fly ball out there to Scott. And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It's Kevin Millard, Brady Huff, and Luke Scott due up for the Orioles. Can the Orioles rally back? We'll find out. Sean Green is done. They are going to pull Green. And they are going to bring in... They're going to bring in Mark Lowe. Mark Lowe comes into the game with an ERA of a 15.88. Pitched 1 2/3 innings, allowed 5 hits, no strikeouts, and 3 walks. Has 1 win, 5 losses in the actual season, and 1 save. Here's the pitch to Kevin Millard. Millard 1 for 3 on the day, 1-3. That's a strikeout plus. That's an 18. That's a 3. Struck him out. 1 down to Brady Huff up. He's 1 for 3. Here's the pitch. 4-2 home run. That's at 18. That's a 1. And that ball is gone. Out of here. Solo home run for our Brady Huff. Fly ball out of here. Opposite side, left side of the field. And that's going to bring up Luke Scott, who's 1 for 3, also with a home run, a run, and an RBI. Here's the pitch. 6-1, possible error. 4-1, fly ball out there to Wilkinson. Error rating is a 2. That's at 18. No error there. And 2 away. Raymond Hernandez. Before we get to him, I don't think we took a look at the stats here for Sean Green. No, we did not. Sean Green went 1 inning. Nothing across the board. And his ERA stays at 0. So he remained perfect. Raymond Hernandez, he's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 4-1. That's a strike. That's a 6. The 12 is too high. 4-5. Fly ball out to the Asbins. And that's the game. And as the Mariners defeat the Orioles of a final score of 13-3. Final line score coming right up. So the Mariners defeat the Orioles here at Camden Yards, 13 runs on 15 hits, no errors. Baltimore, 3 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors. Carlos Silva gets the win. Daniel Cabrera picks up the loss. They both have 1 win and 1 loss apiece. Richie Sexton hit his 3rd home run of the replay. Brady Huff hit his 4th home run, and Luke Scott hit his 2nd home run. So let's take a look here at the stats for the pitchers. Carlos Silva draws the win. He went 7 innings, allowed 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, 1 home run, an ERA of a 10.94. Daniel Cabrera draws the loss. That's going to be his first loss of the replay. He went 6 innings, allowed 7 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 home run, 4.16 ERA. So that is going to do it for us here at Camden Yards. If you enjoyed the video. So real quick, that will move Seattle up to 3-4. Baltimore drops to 4-2. On that, and the Orioles will remain at the top of the AL East with that loss. The Mariners will go to 3-4 as they start to climb their way out of the AL West. Seller. Till next time, this is Scoonie 007. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up on your way through the turnstiles here at Camden Yards. And until next time, well, the Mariners split the series. Both teams win 2 in this 4-game series. And until next time, I'm Scoonie 007. We'll see you next time for another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.